Hey y'all, this is your girl Tysheen, and I'm back with another video. How you doing? Hope you're doing great. Yes, 12 things gone forever in the 1960s. The life in America. This should be fun because I'm curious. I'm curious to see what's gone forever. So let's get straight to it.
In 1963, Pepsi launched its first Diet Cola with a name that evoked kicking back in the shade on a hot summer day. Patio Diet Cola was basically Diet Pepsi, and it would be rebranded as such just a year later. But that first year saw a variety of patio flavors enter the market, including grape, orange, and root beer. You might even remember fitness guru Debbie Drake as the soft drinks spokesperson.
I don't know who that is.
Fizzies were tablets that were developed in the late 1950s that would add instant carbonation and fruit flavor to a glass of water. The Emerson Drug Company sold the sugar-free flavored tablets to wide public appeal, and by 1968, the product was even outselling Kool-Aid. Unfortunately, the sugar substitute in Fizzies included the sweetener cyclamate, which was eventually banned. That, along with the short-lived fizz and diluted flavoring, led to its eventual demise.
Wow, so I never heard of this Fizzies instant sparkly drink. It seemed like a fun idea, a nice fun, I don't know how it would taste. If you was born around this time, or you was, I don't know age, how old you were, comment below, let me know that have you ever tried this before? And how does it taste? It says sugar free, so I don't know. Had a website?
Mercura.
It said it had a website. I don't know how old that is. It says it has a website in the side of the box.
Chrome, a dark pink over-the-counter antiseptic, was used on just about every cut and scrape during the 1960s. It stung, it smelled funny, and it stained everything. It also happened to be in just about every medicine cabinet in the US, until the FDA figured out that drugs containing mercury could be harmful to us.
Whoa. So they did the right thing. That could be really dangerous. Ugh. Comment below. Let me know if you ever tried, if you ever used it before.
Kids who grew up in 1960s America will undoubtedly remember Uncle Milton's Ant Farm. The Ant Farm was heavily promoted in comics and magazines, and went on to sell 20 million farms to kids across the country. After purchasing an ant farm, you also had to mail a request for a shipment of 25 ants, which would arrive in a vial a few weeks later. Although the ant farms are still being sold today, it was the ant farm craze in the 1960s that caused them to hit their peak.
Wow.
Hanging out at the local candy store may have been your first taste of freedom and your first experience with spending money. You could go with the change from your piggy bank and buy all the sweets your mom didn't allow you to eat at home.
Pennies candy. I have a whole bunch of pennies. The kids today, pennies.
These stores range from novelty shops and pharmacies to five and dime stores. Kids often went in packs after school, and no one worried too much where you'd been as long as you didn't spoil your appetite.
Wow.
Hosted by America's oldest teenager, Dick Clark, American Bandstand was must-see TV for every kid growing up in the 60s. Not only
Look at that hairstyle. Whoa.
did the show help us discover new artists like Smokey Robinson, Stevie Wonder, Sonny and Cher, and Tina Turner, but it also taught us hot dance crazes like the locomotion and the mashed potato. Baseball has never been more exciting than it was in 1961, when Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle who both played for the New York Yankees, were in a neck-and-neck race to break Babe Ruth's then-record 60 home runs in a single season. On October 1st, during the last game of the regular season, Maris ended up hitting his 61st home run against the Boston Red Sox.
Wow.
Bicycles with high-rise handlebars and a banana seat, resembling a chopper motorcycle, instantly made it the coolest ride on the block.
Motorcycle.
First produced by Schwinn in 1963, kids loved it because it had a comfortable padded seat that was big enough to...
I mean, it do look comfortable. Very space, you know, have a lot of space. You know, somebody could sit right behind you. It looks safe, very safe.
Carry more than just one rider.
Yeah.
As BMX entered its heyday in the 1970s, bikes with banana seats fell out of style. But baby boomers can never be convinced that any other bike makes for a more idyllic childhood. TVs in the 1960s were gigantic, heavy, and usually mounted in a big wooden box.
And that probably lasts longer. These TVs they making nowadays, they don't last long. You drop it one time, that's it. TVs back then last long. I'm telling you, when I was a kid, I had a big TV. Well, I was a teenager, I should say. I had a big TV in my room. Real big, with the big back. Like, the back was, like, big. And let me tell you something. I had that TV for so many years until I got older, have a kid. Yeah, that TV lasts so long. I don't have it no more because something happened to it. But the fact that I had it for so long, it lasts that long. But the only thing is, it was so heavy. So heavy.
That looked like a piece of furniture. The console television not only antennaed in the latest episode of The Andy Griffith Show, but it also provided enough room on top to show off all of your family photos.
My grandmother had something like that unit, but there wasn't no table in it. I remember it being like a record player was in there, same thing, radio. What else? And the size of the speakers. I think the size are the speakers. But hers had like a liquor, like a small little liquor, and it was on that lazy, what's it called that thing? Lazy Suzanne thing. And it had like, you put the glass around it, and then you could put the liquor, like something. She had something like that.
During the 1960s, expectant mothers across the United States would commonly be seen smoking. At the time, no one really understood the damage that could occur from smoking cigarettes while pregnant.
Crazy.
The doctor-endorsed advertisements, along with a lack of research on the topic, had mothers everywhere thinking it was completely fine. But it would later be found to increase miscarriages and contribute to other problems like low birth weight.
People were really smoking like it was a cool thing back in those days. I mean, it's not their fault because they didn't have that much knowledge back then about smoking, so it's not really their fault. But they used to advertise this thing like it was nothing, like it's like a cool thing to do. You see it in newspapers, you see it in magazines, billboards, TV, radios, everywhere you could advertise cigarette, it'll just be in your face. Crazy, right?
The British rock group The Beatles were a massive hit with American teenagers in the 1960s.
The Beatles.
By 1964, when they landed in America, the Beatles were greeted by more than 3,000 crazed fans at the airport before they were whisked away to prepare for their appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show. Within 2 weeks of arriving in America, the British invasion, as Walter Cronkite called it, saw 5 Beatles songs entrenched in the Billboard Hot 100, including the top 2 spots. And their televised performances had broken all ratings records, making them international superstars.
I mean, look at them. Listen to their music, the sound, their hairstyle. They were all handsome. How the way they dress, everything was everything. I could understand why the females used to go crazy over them back in those days. I can see why.
It was a moment in history that nobody alive at the time will ever be able to forget. The Apollo 11 mission occurred just 8 years after President Kennedy issued the challenge, and as he took the first human steps on the lunar surface, astronaut Neil Armstrong called it one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. For everyone who saw it live on TV, which included a worldwide audience, it was the most amazing thing they had ever seen.
Okay. Those were the 12 things. The 12 things gone forever. Wow. Very interesting. But if there's any other videos, well, before that, comment below. Let me know when you born around this time, as a kid. What do you miss? So comment below, let me know, what do you really miss from back in those days? But other than that, if there's any other videos you'd like me to react to, comment below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check these videos out right here. And I'll see you later. Peace.